Hello Sagittarius. It is my honest intention to share with you today the reading that is going to give you the map of the energies for the month of July. And because I'm very well aware that I've been leaving you guys abandoned for a while, it is my intention to make a comeback by giving you the information regarding June as well. There's not much we can do about the past, that's for sure, but we can understand where we're coming from so we can learn more about ourselves and the context that is surrounding us. So sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy the content that I'm providing you here today and that it helps your decision making process in the future. Let's see what comes up. And we start the session today so that nothing but the truth is shown, because it is my honest intention to help you guys out. Alright. Thank you for giving me an answer that's clear, direct, concise and precise, so that everything that Sagittarius can know, thus allowing them to make better choices in the future, because it is my honest intention to help you guys out. And if I have the chance to do so, then why not? Alright, so regarding June, I'm gonna draw 3 cards right now, and this is gonna be the summary of the month of June for you guys. First message, second message, and finally the third one. So what happened during June? Knight of Swords reversed, the Sun, and Temperance. This is you basically, like, you changed perspective regarding life, and I can see you asking less questions, complaining less, talking less, and just enjoying yourself more. You're not thinking about life as much as you did before, and instead of like intellectualizing it so much, or basically seeing life as if it was a challenge that has to be overcome, you're just enjoying yourself. You're just like being yourself. It doesn't matter if you are in trouble or if you're okay. You can still be yourself regardless of your situation, and that means release. With these 3 cards, and you got 2 major arcana, the Sun and Temperance, I can see your life is still having some difficulty. I can see you still have some conflicts. However, you're not concerned about conflicts anymore as much as you are about you being happy and enjoying yourself, and that's great. That's exactly the challenge that Sagittarius had to overcome during the Saturn presence in your sign. I'm gonna draw 3 more cards to see further information about this month, and then we'll see what are the deeper details of your process. But I'm very happy about you guys, because I can see that June was a month where you have let go of your attempts to control life, and instead you're taking it as it comes and making the most of it. That's great. Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, it makes complete sense. It's like, this is you trying to change things, or trying to, like, asking questions, complaining, not being able to follow clear goals or directions because you were very confused, but at the same time you were confused because you were trying to make sense so hard about the whole situation. And then you have the Queen of Swords here, which is basically you saying, well, you know what, things will not change. There will always be problems. There will always be tough situations, and it doesn't really matter how hard I try to control things. What really matters is that I can get to enjoy the things I have now, and to work steadily for the things that will come in the future, or the things I want for myself. So, as I said before, and I want to repeat that now, it's not that problems will go away, they won't. Life will always have some way of spicing up our experience. But I think you have realized that as long as you can be okay where you are and with yourself, then everything else is okay. Everything else falls into place eventually. You just have to be okay with yourself, and be okay with the work you're doing and the effort and the dedication, and that's gonna clear everything else up. So the 3 last cards I can tell you about June, this is like the advice, the lessons, the things you need to take with yourself. We have a first message, which are 3 cards, and this is The Hangman reverse, the King of Cups reverse, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Probably this was the source of your problems, and the source of your problems is that you were being, I don't mean to offend, but you were being too emotional, and that feeling of being emotional was in a bad sense, in the sense of a victim. Like, oh, I never get what I want, why does this happen to me, I cannot do anything to solve this, or whatever kind of thought that was like that didn't serve you, and in fact, it served only to block you and to distract you from the path you had to take every day. So this is like the source of your problems, and don't worry, it's not only about you. You are being hit the hardest because you have Saturn in your sign, and that means that you need to open up your mind to the possibilities. But this is something that everyone is facing right now, and the source of the problem, the crux of this dilemma, is that sometimes we're complaining too much about things that either we can slowly change, thus there's no need to complain because we can work about it and change it, or there's nothing to be done about it anymore, so complaining doesn't really make sense because you're wasting your energy. The reason why we complain, I feel I have to say this, is because we have a very determined view of life. And when life is not living up to our standards, then we really get freaked out because it's like we don't know what's going on, what is the meaning of this, where have I failed, or anything like that. Where actually it's not that we are failing or anything, it's just that sometimes life changes. And we need to be adaptable in the whole process. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, which means you making the most of the things you have, which is something I told you when we started the session. You're trying to do your best. You're really trying to keep everything up to date, to meet your goals, meet your standards, do your everyday routine, and you're being successful at it. And if anything, if there are any problems, you're not letting them get to you anymore, because there's no point in complaining about them, as I said before. And last but not least, we have the Two of Swords reversed, which means that sometimes you just don't know where you're going, but that doesn't mean you cannot work towards a better tomorrow. So this is a very clear reading, Sagittarius. It is about you coming to terms with the conflicts you have, and instead of focusing so much about them, you've begun realizing that you create what you're focusing on. And so if you're focusing on problems, you will get more problems in the future. But if you follow the advice of the Sun and the Temperance, that means that as long as you can control your own mood, as long as you can express yourself, as long as you can be yourself, everything else is fine. Because you are the center of your life. So if the center is working happy, life will be happy eventually. And you know that. Even if you don't know how to get there, you know you will. And that's the faith that Sagittarius has a lot, which is an optimistic faith. Faith is for the simple mind. You know, faith cannot coexist in a mind that asks too many questions. So, which is something I also said at the start of the session. You are not asking as many questions as before. And it's not because you don't want to understand it. I think Sagittarius will always strive for the understanding of life and the spirit, but it's because you've understood something else that is even more important than understanding the source of your problems, which is the source of your happiness. And the source of your happiness is yourself, thus you will not let yourself and your mood be brought down by external circumstances when you can just sit back, relax, know that there will be problems, but there are also good things, and there's also good things in you. So it is time to bring forth the positive qualities of your sign. That was June. June was a shift in perspective from trying to solve everything and not knowing how, to just being okay with who you are and where you are. This is the Pillars of Mercy reading, and the Pillars of Mercy is answering July with 3 simple and key questions, which are: what are the subconscious energies? What are the invisible energies that will play a part during this month? What are the energies that you will go through? And basically my best 3 advices I can give you right now, Sagittarius. So let's see. When we are taking a look into the invisible energies, you have the Ten of Wands, Three of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Lovers reversed. So you're coming from a very difficult time in your life, because for this mix of cards I can tell that you've been dragging yourself along for a while now, because you're not feeling very loved, or you're not feeling like welcome, or basically you're not feeling that you are on your path. You've been tolerating, you've been trying to make your best during the last time, and it's only through your resolve that you've been able to get as far as you have, because if it hadn't been for your resolve, you would have given up for, a long time ago already. So yeah, this is a very dense energy you have in your subconscious mind, Sagittarius. It speaks about someone who is really bored of having to deal with the tough situations in life day after day after day. And you've kind of lost faith that you will ever be happy on this earth. And that's a really dense energy, and I wonder how many of you resonate with what I just said. But the point is that you're reaching the end, because this is the Ten of Wands. This means that soon you will put everything down and you will be able to rest and basically process the feelings that you have inside that you've been hiding, but they speak about a lot of pain, a lot of solitude, a lot of feeling alone. Right, let's see what are the energies you will face during July then. So you have the Four of Swords reversed, the Seven of Wands, and the Two of Wands with the Star reversed. Yes, this talks about you during the first part of July. You will be feeling restless. Restless because you're bored, you are done, you are sick of this, you are... you know, when we link this reading with past month, the past month was about you shifting your perspective from the external problems to the internal world. And you realized that if you wanted to be happy, you first had to be happy within. When we go into July, I can see you having to come face to face with the source of your insatisfaction, which is yourself. Because you've been hit so hard in life that right now, even if you have the possibility to move on and create a wonderful life for you, I feel many of you Sagittarius don't feel like it. Like you are you are trying, you're still trying. With the Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands, it means that you are really looking for a way to move forward in life, to improve your conditions, and that's amazing. But at the same time, I can see the Four of Swords and the Star reverse, which means that yes, you want to move forward, but there's part of you who has given up already. Like, you know, life will always suck. Life will always be like this. I will never be able to receive the things I want because life is shit. And so you're trying to carve a destiny for yourself because you don't really trust life. You don't trust that life will bring you the good things you want. You feel that it's only yourself. You only have yourself. Which is part true, part false. Because the good thing about believing that, Sagittarius, is that because you believe that only yourself can bring yourself forward, then you will. Because you realize no one else will for you. But there is a little bit of bitterness here and a little bit of sadness here that is gonna play against you, because that's gonna bring resentment into your story. Because the best way to move ahead in life, yes, it's through your action, through your effort, but it's also through the spirit you have within. And if your spirit within is a spirit that has given up or does not have faith in anything of the process or anything, then that's gonna hit you eventually. So I don't blame you. I can tell you've been living very difficult situations during the last year. I can tell that easily. But it is really important that you keep your spirit high. Life is a frequency, and sometimes it sucks and sometimes it's great. The most important skill is not being able to enjoy the ride, although that's the point, but when the ride gets too difficult, you don't identify yourself with the sadness or the suffering. You instead pull yourself back and keep your inner peace. Be quiet, keep quiet, because things will change and everything has a reason. So when the things change, you can make the most out of them, so you don't enter into a positive vibration with resentments or with regrets. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. That it is very important for you to consider how you're feeling inside, because the happier you can feel, the more benefit you will get from this kind of wave of positivity. On the other hand, if you try to carve yourself a destiny for yourself without any kind of faith or by feeling restless, that could hurt you, because if the opportunity comes, you may be too depressed or busy to see it for what it is. So I'm just trying to tell you to reach the balance between the point of I have to do it myself because no one else will, to the point of life sucks, it will always suck, it will never give me what I want, so fuck it, I'll do it myself. It's a very thin line, because the second one has bitterness, the first one has only proactivity in your actions. What are my 3 best advices I can give you right now? Oh, that's gonna start... You know, sometimes this little altar starts like boiling really bad, so I hope it doesn't distract me. Anyway, so what I was saying, my best 3 advices for you, Sagittarius, during this moment in time, this month. The first one is the High Priest, which means the more you let go of society, the more you let go of your expectations, the more you let go of all ways of doing things, the more you can separate yourself from your role and be more in alignment with who you truly are, the better off you will be, because it's really difficult, because the High Priest means many different things depending on the context, and it could mean separation, it could mean you splitting up from someone so you don't see them again. It could mean don't follow society's advice, because society advice has no idea who you are. That could be like the most direct meaning to you. Because the Lover's reverse means that you are not living according to your own true nature, basically. Like you are living a life that is half-life. Because yes, you are functioning, you are doing the things you are supposed to do, but at the same time you're just not feeling it. You're not feeling in love with life, in harmony. And then you have the 7 of Wands here, which is telling you that you're feeling like if you had to keep up with the process, you know? 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands. It's like you are struggling to keep yourself happy or to keep yourself standing. And what they're saying here is don't listen to what society is telling you. Don't listen to old structures. Think for yourself. Follow your own path. Don't be afraid to go through the path that is the most unknown, because probably that path belongs to you, and that makes complete sense because you're a Sagittarius. You are a sign that likes to do different things, that likes to go beyond the limitations. If you don't believe me, just take a look at your sign. It's an arrow that goes beyond a certain boundary. That's you. So it makes sense that they're telling you to forget about any kind of notion or judgment or anything, and just follow your heart. Really, whatever it may lead you. The second one is 7 of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Swords. Right, so this message is very clear, Sagittarius. It means that don't try to force things to work. They will not work. Don't force things to work. Don't burn yourself by I really want to make this work, because it won't. Why isn't it gonna work? The reason why it's gonna fail, it's because it is not about the effort. Your life is not about the effort. You have lots of energy to give effort, and you've been making your best effort for a while now, but now it's a time to shift perspective. How so? In the sense that it is not about your effort, it is about the way you're thinking. Your thinking should be more clear. The way I would get the victory is not by making myself work hard, it's by making myself learn how to work smart. And you know, the most important thing about working smart, and this is huge, The single most important aspect when working smart is that you have faith in the process and in yourself. You are not working out of desperation because you want this to work. You are dedicating the exact amount of time, of effort, that is going to give you the biggest return, the biggest possible return. And for you to learn, for you to be able to learn, for you to be able to improve, for you to be able to understand and mature in your understanding, it is not about hard work. It is about you being capable of asking the right questions and following the right procedures. Being very methodical, being very curious, but above all things, having complete faith that you can do this. You can. It's not about where I want to go, it's that I will get there. This is the thing, the two things that I need to clear up for you. This is like the last part of the month. During the last part of the month, you will be thinking about where to go, but I also urge you to not only think about where do you want to go, but to say to yourself, I will get there. I will get there. I am already there. I am already doing that. I don't need it to be happy, but I really want it, and because I want it, I have it. And that's gonna lead you in the right mindset. That's gonna push you in the right direction to get what you want the fastest way possible. And my final advice to you, Sagittarius, is the Page of Wands reverse, which means don't leave, don't rush yourself. It is not about action. This is the first time I'm telling this. Every sign has had cards that tell him to act. You have to act, you have to do it. But you, on the other hand, my friends, it is not about acting, it is about the way you're thinking. You have to think for yourself. You have to go within yourself. There is no need for you to change place. There's no need for you to abandon everything. The only thing you need to leave behind are the limitations society has put in yourself. And instead of following those rules, try to think for yourself. If you are dreaming about a place, you can get there. But the way you get there doesn't have to do with your effort. It has to do with the way you're thinking and the questions you are asking. So I'm going to draw 3 last cards to tie up this reading, and then we're going to go into the last reading, which is a short but important one. But from what I'm seeing from all the cards, I'm seeing the process of you, first of all, abandoning the focus you had on problems. You're no longer focusing on problems, you're focusing on yourself. That's good. And you're focusing on being okay with where you are. However, when you are entering into that realm, like I want to be okay with who I am, there are some things that you will have to face about yourself. And one of those things is that you have been living life in a way that's functional, not lovingly. I want to say that again. You've been living life in a way that, yes, is moving you forward, but it's not making you feel in harmony. So you are surviving. You're not really living, you are surviving. If you want to stop surviving and start living, it starts with you abandoning any need to please people, abandoning any kind of attempt to please people, to have them be happy with you, of allowing them to dictate your life. And after being able to stop the negative influence society is having on you, then it is time for you to shift your perspective from working hard to working smart and improving your understanding. This is gonna make you more focused and less distracted and pessimistic. Because yes, I feel that you want to move on, I feel that you want to be in a better place, but that better place is blocked not because of lack of efforts, but because of you need a clearer understanding of things. So when we take a look into the last 3 cards, I can tell you the following things. You will get the chance you're looking for. You do have a talent to improve or to exploit. So there is something within you that can be exploited for your own benefit, and that's great. But the only reason why you're not exploiting that is because you're thinking from the wrong perspective. Maybe you have a lack of faith in yourself. Maybe you don't believe you have talents or qualities that other people would find attractive. So yeah, you can be working really, really hard, but unless you believe in yourself and in your own talents, you will get nowhere. So it is making complete sense now. It is about you loving yourself more, Sagittarius. It is about you being able to admit to yourself that you have talents just as everybody else. And because you have talents and you are talented and you are creative and you have the spark of life to create things that are wonderful, you will come to the discovery that the only reason why you are not seeing them is because you don't believe in them. You are letting other people dictate your world instead of you taking control of your own life in every single sense of the word, to the point of you saying, I will get it, this belongs to me, and this is who I am, these are my talents, this is who I'm gonna be from now on. I don't care if I'm alone or not, I only care about being true to myself and loving myself unconditionally in that path. Thank you for giving me the truth, only the truth and nothing but the truth, because it is my honest intention to help Sagittarius out and to guide them, and if I have the chance to do so, then why not? These are your final 3 keys of liberation, Sagittarius. And these are optional because they're very difficult, but if you follow them, I can guarantee you will be better off before the end. So let's see what comes up. What are the best 3 advices I can give you right now, Sagittarius? First off, we have 3 of Pentacles reversed. This means that you have the talents to create whatever you want, but you're not using them. You're not believing in them. There may be people around you who are telling you, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you're too limited, you will never be able to manifest what you're wanting. And because you are letting those advices get to you, you are limiting yourself. And you are stopping in the process of manifesting whatever it is that you want to manifest, and in the process of that, revealing your true talents to yourself. So this is a card about learning being compromised or being blocked because of your own lack of faith in yourself, in your talents. So first things first, I want you to think about your talents. I want you to think from and if you're saying I don't have any talents, you are making the mistake that it was presenting in this reading. If you respond with I don't have any talents, you're falling for it. Your answer should be more deep. Your answer should be wiser. You have talents just like everybody else, and I want you to think about them and improve them, because that's the important key. The second one is 2 of Pentacles reversed. Change. Go from a mindset of scarcity into a mindset of abundance. Go into a mindset of I have to do this into a mindset of I want to do this because this is gonna move me forward. The first one, I have to do this, will always be wasted effort because your heart will not be in it, and thus you will not be convinced, you will not love what you're doing, you will be in scarcity. But if you're moving in your life based on the perspective of I want to do this, this is abundance to me, I am deciding willingly to do this for my better good, then you will be better off because the mentality, the mindset is changing. And finally, we have lust. Yes, this makes complete sense. After taking a look at your entire reading, everything is summed up in this, which means how bad do you want to move on? How bad do you want to be happy? How bad do you want the things you want? Do you kind of want them, or do you really want them because you want to be happy? Because you're excited? Which one of the two is it? Because if you're moving in life with I kind of want that, but I don't really want to be bothered because I will not have it anyway, because I'm not that talented, because that lifestyle does not belong to me, I'm meant to suffer and be my own little self, and that's not gonna work. Ever. Ever. And most of the people in this world are doing it. They are not living, they are surviving. They are trying their best to make ends meet, and that's not the lifestyle I want for you. The lifestyle I want for you is for you to be earning millions, but because you're doing something great with yourself. Not because someone is handing that to you for free, but because you were able to know yourself, and because you know yourself, you're able to produce wonderful things thanks to your own talents. You have them, but you will never find that out unless you believe in them, and yourself as well. Change your mentality, your whole world changes around you. Try to work as hard as you can without changing this, you will meet the same end day after day after day. So don't work hard, work smart. That's the best advice I can give you. And I thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my words and for believing in them, because it is my honest intention to help you guys out. I wish you the very best, Sagittarius. If you want a personal reading, you can contact me through the mail, which is right in the description box below. Take good care of you and your talents. Cheers.